Good morning, America. My name is Danny. I'm a 50-year-old American. This is my show, Danny's Pit. Hope you enjoy. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all my new followers who are smashing them likes and sharing off to like-minded people. Couldn't thank you enough, man. Thank you, guys. Really, don't forget to smash them likes. Really helps out the channel. And with that being said, let's hop right in. Top of today's pit will be Zelenskyy FAFOs. Big time. Drop comments, guys. Let me know what you think about this, because this is a show ran by both of us. Anyway, so drop comments. Zelenskyy FAFOs. Big time. So it's Monday morning. I'm sure you guys have all seen all the videos, all the cuts, both sides, the lib media, the Republican media, and all that about this meeting, we'll say, with President Trump, Vice President Vance, and President Zelenskyy of Ukraine. Just to say the absolute least about it right now, it did not go well for Zelenskyy. Okay, President Zelenskyy did not do himself any favors on this either. He arrives in his usual combat gear, in not a suit, his little thuggy top, like I call it, and his little combat pants, and that kind of thing. Talked about that with some people this morning, including my wife, who says, well, that's just how he rolls. That's how he dresses, and that's appropriate for him. I say he could have bought, a $200 suit from Sears on his way there. I mean, it's the Oval Office. It's the highest office in the land, if not the world, probably of the world. And he goes in there with a sweater and combat pants on. I wouldn't go to church in a sweater and combat pants. I mean, just to say, I'm not a suit and tie kind of guy either. But, you do dress for the occasion at times. Completely inappropriate. You should have put a suit on. You're the president of your country, if nothing else. And I get what you're doing, Zelenskyy, with your camaraderie with the soldiers. You will not get rid of your soldier outfit till the war is over, according to him. That's fine, but you should have wore a suit to this meeting. So after about 40 minutes went by, it was pretty uneventful. Zelenskyy at one point hands Trump a binder with some pictures of some atrocities of casualties of war in his country, and President Zelenskyy, then, this is when it goes south. He then starts to lecture Trump and Vance about, the evils of Putin, which Trump has a good relationship with. And so that's not exactly something Trump wants to engage in. He can't sit there and badmouth the guy and then go to Russia and talk to him like he didn't badmouth him. Trump doesn't roll that way anyway. He's not one to hold words. So you can't really do that. Zelenskyy was, he was quickly put in his place by the president and vice president. At one point, even Zelenskyy calls Vice President Vance, JD, and I'm sure that it's okay to do that behind the closed doors. They call each other by their first names, but probably not a good idea to do in front of the press. You got to have some levels of things going on. I'll get to that in a second. Then President Trump, after this, he's not impressed. He is not happy. He just lays into Zelenskyy, basically telling him, you don't have a chance in this war with Russia without us. You don't have a chance without us backing you. And he kept saying the term, you don't have the cards. And Zelenskyy says something like, well, we're not playing cards. And it's, of course, a metaphorical statement. Like, in other words, you're holding a 2 and a 3, and you're betting the bank on a really lousy hand. Excuse me. So, he let him have it like that, and he told him basically like what, Putin, if we weren't involved, this war would have been over in 3 or 4 days. I guess is what Putin had said previously. So, of course, the Democratic side of our country thinks that President Trump and Vice President Vance were being bullies, who owe Zelenskyy an apology. An apology for what? An apology for showing strength, in leadership for the first time in like over 4 years, that somebody came over, or that we went over somewhere, but in this case somebody came over here and was shown exactly what America is made out of, exactly what we're ready to do and not ready to do. What's wrong with that? There was no bullying going on, in my opinion. I think the Dems forgot what leadership looks like, because they just like to throw a bunch of money at stuff. You know how much money we've given to the Ukraine in the last 4.5 years? Everybody on Social Security, on disability, every veteran should have like 2 or 3 million in their bank account. if you were to distribute the money we gave to them back into the American people. Okay, that's just my opinion, and I think that you throw money at problems, you create more problems. Example, the stimulus check. Everybody was happy to get one. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. I was. And then bango, here comes the inflation rate right through the roof, and that check that was about $1,500 is now worth about $500. You can't throw money at problems. It just creates more problems. So, my page ain't working with me today. So, Zelenskyy, now, this morning I wake up and I see he wants to sign that mineral rights deal. Basically, it's a deal. We'll go help them out in this war. We'll get a ceasefire and a lasting peace, but we want some of your minerals to make our computers, to make things for our fighter jets and tanks and nuclear subs, all that. You know, apparently they have a lot of minerals that we'd like to have a piece of if we're going to be there protecting them. And I think it's high time we get something for sending our troops somewhere to die for another country, and up until recently for absolutely nothing. At least this way, nothing's done in vain. I mean, nobody wants to see an American soldier die, period, especially me. But if they have to go somewhere and they have to do something, we should get something for it. That's only fair. So in conclusion, and I'll wrap it up right here at 6 minutes, here's a couple of things I took away from this. Dress correctly. Dress appropriately for where you're going. If you have an attitude going into something like this, you need to fix it at the door, especially with this president. He ain't playing, guys. He's not playing. You have to have respect and some humility, especially when you're coming over asking for help. You don't come over asking for help and then lecture. You know, you don't ask somebody, hey, can I have $100? And by the way, go do this and that around your house. No, it don't work that way. So drop comments. Even if you disagree, I'd like to see what you have to say. This was, again, a sugar honey iced tea show of a meeting. But I think the world needed to see this and needed to see exactly what happens behind closed doors. Because at one point, President Trump had said, this usually takes place behind that door, but I want it to play out here so you guys can see how this really goes down. And he basically said, if this guy's going to have this attitude, this is going to be really hard. So the ball is in basically Zelenskyy's court right now. He wants to sign that deal. Well, let's see what happens. Because, this time he got kicked out of the White House. His lunch that he was going to have with the president was given to the press. And Trump essentially just washed his hands of it and said, until he's ready to act right, we're ready to basically do nothing until then. So, anyway, drop comments. Let me know what you guys think. Stay vigilant, America. Keep looking forward. Once in a while, look behind you. And don't let these guys come over here and think they're going to bully us. And then we push back and then told we did wrong. It doesn't work that way. So God bless each and every one of you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, be safe, be healthy. Call someone you love. Go give someone you love a hug. Tomorrow's not promised. God bless these wonderful and beautiful United States of America. We are lucky as hell to be living in. And thank God this guy won. Can you imagine how that have went with Kamala sitting there? She'd have been laughing, cackling, and writing another big-ass check. You can't do it that way, and that's why she didn't win. So anyway, I'll be back to the platforms allow it. If you stay to the end, you rock. Pit members, you already know. And I'll be back to the platforms allow it. So until that time comes, stay tuned. And thank you guys. Couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you.